Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a premium hard question in the database category that I just solved on my own. So I'm very happy about this and I'm super glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let's go over it and let me show you how I did it. This is number 1651 Hopper Company Queries 3. So basically what they want you to do is to compute the ride distance and ride duration for every 3-month period from January, March to October, December. So basically what that means, if we put all the months of the year, we want a size 3 sliding window, right? So we're going to do this. I hope you guys get the point, but basically size 3 until you get all the way over here, 9, 10, 12, right? Cool. So that's basically what we want to do. And then we're going to do that for all the rides. So we're going to look at this part strictly because that part is the only part that we care about is the month. And then we're going to look at the ride ID, go to this table. Well, if it is inside of the accepted rides table, then we're going to look at the ride distance and the ride duration, and we're going to sum that up for that particular month. So the year and the month composite together, and then we're going to divide by 3 because the sliding window is of size 3, and then round to 2 decimal places and return it sorting by the month. Okay, so notice here also that there's only 10 entries because that's how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I think it's exactly 10 windows, but yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then so I guess the 10th one is just might be a little edge case. We'll take care of that later. That's fine. I didn't run into any issues. So basically, yeah, let's go ahead and parse all the dates. So let's just call this months is 1. Well, so for R in, well, let's actually just make all the months first. So months, let's say 01 or 2020, 01, 2020, 02. So March, April, May, June, so all the months. $11, $12. Okay, so now let's do for ein range length months -2. Let's call this window is months of I plus 3. So sliding window of size 3. Let's print the window. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So we have 10 windows and that lines up. So then now let's go ahead and go over the rides, and we're going to see if this current date, whatever dates are currently in the range of the window. Okay, so for R and rides requested at, so let's call this month is going to be string of R dot splits by the dash. There's no space this time, and let's print month. So we're gonna want this and this. So let's just call this M is gonna be month of 0 plus this plus month of 1. Let's print M. Okay, so now if M is in our window, then we can go ahead and look at the ride ID. So let's just call this rides RID, because there are columns in both, and we're going to have to loop over both tables, so we don't want to confuse ourselves. Let's call this rides ride ID of, oh, let's call this JR and enumerates ride ID of J. Cool. So now let's go over to the accepted rides table, and so let's call this rides distance ride duration, and we're going to put all the numbers, if they're valid ride IDs, in our current section. So we're just going to say for KA and enumerates accepted rides ride ID. So if rides RID is equal to A, then let's just go ahead and say ride distance dot append accepted rides ride. So if this is inside, then we're going to append this ride distance of K and let's drag this ride, what is it called, duration, same thing, this cell, because 10 here is within our first window, so we're looking at just this window right now. So now let's print the window and then ride distance ride dir. Okay, so again we have to divide by 3. So actually let's do it here. Get rid of this print statement. So okay, so now let's call this final distance, final duration is just going to be sum of ride distance divided by 3, sum of ride dir divided by 3, and then we have to round these to 2 decimal places as it says right here. So round to 2 decimal places, and let's print window fdist fdir. That should look somewhat correct compared to the output example. Okay, awesome. So now we just want this right here, and everything else is correct. So let's call this answer answer.append. Let's just call this first is window of negative, well, window.splits by this -1, and then turn that into an integer. So let's call this first fdist fdir. So we just want this, not with the 0. The integer should do that. So let's print answer. Oh, Windows 0. Okay, so we want a sublist. Answer is a matrix. Okay, cool, awesome. So now, last but not least, let's sort it by the month. So 0th index of each sublist, sorted in ascending order of priority. Okay, so awesome. Last but not least, remember it's important because if any of these are missing, we have to take care of that. So let's call this used dates, or just used. And well, yeah, let's call used.append first. So for I in range 1 to 13, right, up to not including this. So we want all the months from January to December. If I is not in used, then answer.appends the current one and 0, 0, because they're not even logged, right? And then we have, let's do this again. Let's actually get rid of that there. And then we should have our result. Okay, so let's just go ahead and build the data frame. Return result. A, B, C, 3 columns. V0, V1, V2, so month is A, average ride distance B, so average ride distance, average ride duration is C, and that should be okay. So let's run this. Nope. Again, we have to do only 10. Okay, let's submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.